Hi guys, it's Holly and today I'm finally going to be doing a complete Fantasy Life tutorial, as in leveling guides. I actually lost all my DS games. I know, it's horrible. When I moved, I don't know where I put them and I'm still trying to look for them. However, I did actually manage to find Fantasy Life at the bottom of my bag. So it's my DS games are obviously leaving a trail for me, which is a good sign. It's a good sign. As you can see, I've got both my lights on today, so the quality of this video should be so much better than what it normally is. Yeah. So I'm going to be splitting this video into 3 sections. So section number 1 is level 1 to 40, section number 2 is 40 to 50, and section number 3 is 50 all the way to 200. And it is important that I say that the level cap is 100 unless you have the DLC, and then it gets pushed up to 200. So from level 1 to 40, you are gonna wanna pick up a crafting class that corresponds to your combat class. Really important to have both of these because it helps your gear, it helps you progress in the game, do quests, etc, etc. If you are a paladin or a mercenary, then you probably want to do a blacksmith life, and if you're a hunter or a wizard, then it's probably best to do a carpenter life so you can make the proper gear. For the woodcutting and mining class challenges, along the way there are class challenges such as cut down 50 trees, mine 50 ores. It's best to start on your life ranks basically as soon as possible, although don't do too many at once. It becomes really overwhelming and you kind of lose track of what you're doing. I like to switch, well, I like to kind of flick between a combat class and a gathering class, and I sort of switch between the two and I work with both of them. So I hate to say this, but you should probably ignore a lot of the side quests along the main storyline. Yes, they are really good and they're really fun, and there's a lot of variety in Fantasy Life. However, they don't always give the best rewards, so if you're more focused on getting just through the game, I'd say ignore the side quests. You know, if you want to get onto the more nitty gritty stuff, don't do the side quests unless obviously you require a certain item to make something for your class, then by all means go ahead, but it's not a necessity, so you don't have to do it. However, some do give really good dosh rewards, so if you're wanting to get a lot of money to buy a house, buy items, etc, might be worth doing. So at this stage in the game, bounties are a really crucial part, and it's probably the best way to level and get a lot of dosh quickly. So the best thing you can really do is pick a bounty which is close to a bounty clerk. So for example, a Black Panther at Mount Snow Peak. The Black Panther is so close to the bounty clerk, and all you need to do to make it respawn is to just keep going into buildings, or just switching maps and then going back. And you also have things like the Killer Bee in the desert, which is next to Al Najik, and that's really close by as well, so you can just switch maps, kill the Killer Bee and then go to the bounty clerk and repeat. An extra tip is that it's really a good idea with bounties to get a horse, because horses obviously travel faster than you do on foot and they can carry bounties. So if you have spare bliss points and you complete some bliss sort of quests, then definitely invest in just getting a horse. Also, from 1 to 40, pets are a good idea, but ditch them by the time you get to level 12. If you are doing the main storyline, then certain companions are offered to you, and it's definitely better to get a human companion. So for the second section of this video, it's going to be how to get from level 40 to 50. I actually did a whole video on this, but I'm just going to be using umbrella terms to say this. So step number 1 is just farm the Snapdragon. This might be a little bit difficult if you're under geared, which is why it's important to get a good companion. If you've done the storyline by now, which most people complete around level 40, I think I did it by level 35. People like Odin, King Eric, people that you really do unlock that are really good. Boss bounties such as the Snapdragon respawn not as easily. You kind of have to I don't know, you kind of have to sleep or go to an inn or come back a certain period of time later. You know, you can't just keep going back and forth on the map. I thought you could do this. I thought my game was broken. It wasn't a good day, so yeah. You should also start to upgrade your gear properly. Really look for what the best option is for your class. look at what the best equipment is, you know, search around, look at your recipes. Say if you're a wizard and you do carpenting, see what the best staff is, you know, and if you're like a tailor, see what the best outfits are for your class, you know, whether that adds to like firepower, wind power, water power, you know exactly what I mean. Try really hard to max your current lives, because when you get the DLC, you unlock the creator rank. So instead of it being like master as the last one, you get like god in training, this, that, blah, blah, blah. It's really, really worth doing, because that is gonna help you level up loads, and it's also gonna help you when you go to Origin Island. And at level 50, if you still don't have a combat class, which is quite unusual, but it's totally up to you what you want to do in this game, I really recommend you get a combat class, because there are these things on Origin Island called the trials, which are quite challenging and you can't mine the monsters to death, unfortunately. So it's worth really, really working on a combat class. So the last and probably biggest section of this video is level 50 to level 200. This could also kind of work with level like 50 to 100. I mean, if you don't have the DLC, then it's like you kind of have to pick and choose what bits you listen to here. My first tip is get the fanciful feet from the exchange clerk with the Lunares gold coins. I believe it costs 7. It gives you 2 times experience, which is like really, really good if you're going to be doing some like bossing. Start off by farming the bounties in like the central of Origin Island, because these mana bounties, like, they're really, really close to a clerk. They give good XP. Like, you'll find it's really, really easy to level by like grinding on those. Choose like strong allies. So if you have like mastered a certain class, so like a combat class, you can actually have the life master fight with you by your side, like as a companion. So people like Ophelia, Fern, Jinx, and Mustang, they're really, really, really good. They don't do as good a damage as you do, but they are really, really helpful. Around level 52 or 53, attempt to do the first trial in the tower. But one thing's for sure, before you start doing this, there is a little storyline which you have to do. Make sure you are geared up as well as you can be, and take a lot of potions, and make sure when you're inside you have the potions on a little hotkey, which is like the little pouch, the little blue pouch thing you can open up. So if you want a potion, you can literally just click it. The Trial of Time is probably the best like place to farm experience, and you can reset the bounties up there just by going like up and down the floors. There is a bounty clerk on the 4th floor, so if you kind of go between the 3rd and the 5th floor, I mean, you don't have to, but it just makes it a lot easier. You just have to go across like one map. You can turn your bounties in there, and also if you didn't know, you can only have 3 bounties at one time, so don't get carried away. And I would say repeat this until you get to maybe level 75. It depends how well geared you are, if I'm totally honest. So at around level 75, it's good to go on to the Trial of Darkness, but I really wouldn't recommend this until like maybe even like level 82, 83, because the mobs hit really hard. I personally didn't attempt this Trial of Darkness until I got to like level, I think I was like level 84, because although it opens at level 75, it's just like you are gonna struggle unless you're like extremely overpowered. So for the Lunares coins, you can do some coin farming. I never did this, so I'm not really going to touch on this. However, all you need to know is that Lunares coins are extremely important for gear towards the end of the game, because you're going to want to like keep updating and upgrading your armor and your weapons. So Trial of Light is the final tower and the most hardest. And to be honest, most people just stick to the Trial of Darkness because it comes exceptionally easy just to keep killing these things. But along with all these different things, getting bounties, doing little side quests, like, you will become level 200. I have seen some people on game FAQs, like, or game facts, I don't know how you say it, but some of them actually managed to get to level 200 in like a week, 2 weeks. It is possible. If you're not really into grinding, there's so much other stuff you can do, so many places to explore, so much gear, like, so yeah, I hope this helped in any way. If it didn't, I'm really, really sorry. But yeah, so if If you have any tips or tricks as to how to get to level 200, please pop it in the description. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!